behind the lights, so I literally cannot see. I'm just like I'm talking to nobody.
Claudio, quick question. Muscle memory, just do your Q&A out there.
Thank you.
That's me. Thanks, I'm that guy. So there's recent news about Jonathan Gresham actually wanting to leave. Sorry, I have to go to the deep question now. There's recent news about Jonathan Gresham wanting to leave Ring of Honor and AEW. What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on performing with Jonathan Gresham on Death Before Dishonor?
Oh, I mean, I really enjoyed the match, you know. So, and whatever else he decides to do, that you need to ask him that. Yeah.
Hey Claudio, is there anybody from the 60s, 70s, 80s you wish you could have feuded with?
Oh man, do you have a list? Everybody. My brain doesn't really work right now. For like 6, 7, I don't know. I was going to say superstar Billy Graham, Bob Backlund. Who else? Anybody in Japan, like Kobashi Misawa, Akiyama. Oh, I think I was actually in the room with Akiyama too. Can't leave Kawada out, right? Muda. And then, of course, there's tons of people in the U.S. that I just probably forgot. But yeah, being put on the spot, I love that style of wrestling, and still stealing moves from it.
Claudio. Dominic D'Angelo from Ad Free Shows. William Regal just did a podcast episode about you in his last match in NXT.
Yes.
And it was fantastic. He broke down everything, like the reasoning you guys would do moves, different things like that. It was very fascinating to learn about. What do you think a lot of the people in AEW and in wrestling in general can really learn from William Regal in general overall?
So William Regal has been doing this for a very long time, and he has a completely different, I wouldn't say different approach, but he has a very realistic approach to what he does, and he has kind of the mad scientist approach to it, and I think that's what people can learn from it, because he has his unique take, and it's very realistic, and it's very important to me that no matter what you do, the stuff in the ring has to be on a certain level, and he's very much about that.
Claudio, I've got a wacky question for you. So we did a tour with Chris Jericho in the UK for Inside the Ropes, and one of the nights he was talking about and he was talking about Vince McMahon and his eccentricities, his weird views on things. And he said that Vince didn't like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson because he was vegan, and he didn't like you because you were Swiss. Is Jericho just making fun of something, or was there something to it?
I mean, you would have to ask, Vince. I mean, he mentioned on his podcast that it may have something to do because I'm Swiss, but I don't know. I mean, he does have eccentric views, I guess. But
seems like an odd thing to be annoyed that somebody's Swiss.
I mean, I'm very neutral about it. See what I did there? So yeah. You know what the best thing about being Swiss? The flag is a big plus.
Chris Killian with comicbook.com. So there's a lot of wrestling biopics that they're saying are in the works, with Chris Hemsworth playing Hulk Hogan or Bradley Cooper playing Vince McMahon. If you ever appeared in a biopic, who would you want to play you?
Jason Statham. Quick answer, right? I had that one ready.
You had it ready, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Claudio, so Forbidden Door happened not too long ago. So if they do a Forbidden Door 2 with New Japan, who's somebody that you really, really want to face?
I just picked Okada. Mainly because I've known Okada for over 10 years. Actually, when he wrestled at Chikara, he stayed at, me and Chris Hero had a house that a lot of the guys stayed at, including Okada. And then I saw him again when he was training in Mexico. So I think I have a picture of me and him when I still had hair and when he was not a Rainmaker yet. So I think there's definitely a lot of history there. So yeah.
You could defend that Ring of Honor World title against anyone outside of AEW Ring of Honor. Who would it be?
Pick somebody.
Oh man.
Exactly. See how hard it is?
Shane Taylor.
See how hard it is? Yes, sure. I would love. So to me, this title has always been defended against the best people from around the world. So hopefully I can keep that tradition alive.
Claudio, Tony Khan said that originally you were going to debut at ROH, but then you debuted at Forbidden Door. Can you talk a little bit about the change in direction there and how you felt about debuting at Forbidden Door instead?
Yeah, the change of direction was okay, I have about 5 weeks to get ready, about a month, and then it was I have 1 week. And so that was just a whole change in at least the mental preparation and physical preparation, because I think I told this story a bunch of times. I was one of the only things I agreed to do after leaving WWE was a powerlifting competition. So that's how I was training. I was bulking up to be a heavy power lifter, and then within a week I had to change all that. But I think it couldn't have worked out any better, and that's why you should never make plans, because plans change, and then you need to be ready.
Hey, with your legacy with Chris Hero and everything like that, would you like to see kind of mix it up again with him in tag action or anything like that if the opportunity arises?
I think I'm pretty happy with this in singles action right now, and if I can pick somebody, I would probably pick somebody from the Blackpool Combat Club right now.
Two more guys. Claudio, you mentioned powerlifting. I'm a powerlifter. Love lifting.
Oh,
weights.
hell
It's
yeah.
fun.
There we
Yeah, big guy over here. What's your favorite movement in the gym?
Okay, it sounds really boring, but it's literally push-ups, air squats, and sit-ups. Those are my favorite movements because they're easy and everywhere to do. More complicated lifts, I'm a huge fan of the clean.
I like that.
So powerlifting. So powerlifting for me is hard because it's squat, deadlift, and bench.
Yeah.
And I'm tall. For powerlifting, you need to be big. I'm too skinny to be a powerlifter. But I do love the squat, mainly because I've competed in the powerlifting competition. I had to relearn how to squat. That sounds like just like everything, and it's just, for me, that's the fun part. To focus on the intricacies, getting better. Like I said, a little bit every day.
Claudio, do you think the retirement of Vince is beneficial or detrimental to WWE?
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Let's do one more, guys.
Do you like? Go ahead, Kenny.
Sorry, I keep your questions very short.
Just backing up against Forbidden Door we talked about, so you find out you got a week's preparation, were you confident that the crowd reaction was going to be as good as it was, or were you nervous?
No, I was very nervous. I told Marks that I read his book within right when it came out, which coincidentally happened being like the last month in WWE for me, and some of the pages I told him was literally right out of my head. I was like, did you write that, or did that just appear in front of me? And one of them was obviously like, okay, will they accept me? Will they like me still? Will they, and I was hoping the reaction would be okay, but it just blew everything away that I expected when I came out in Chicago. It was insane.
I mean, everyone loves Sasha Banks, right? So the Four Horsemen in general is a pinnacle part of the women's revolution. So I think she'll be back. I think now with Hunter in charge and kind of taking the reins and everything, and I think just SummerSlam in general has just shown how much WWE has changed overnight, I mean, I don't think anyone's really been 100% happy with a pay-per-view in a long time, but people are walking away from SummerSlam being like, holy shit, this is a turning point. So I feel like eventually, Sasha and Naomi, hopefully, in my opinion, will come back.